Hello people of the world, my name is Sonic's World and welcome back to Resident Evil Re9uiem. To the final part of Resident Evil Requiem, Re9uiem, Resident Evil 9. Because we have a few things to do. I don't think I actually showed it, I think I cut it out. But, in challenges, here, you have the final puzzle. Condition, let the sweet pair hear the voice. I have not a goddamn clue what that means. So, what we are going to do today is we are going to see the bad ending on if you destroy Elpis. We are going to complete the final challenge puzzle, and then we are going to go and read through Grace's report dramatically. And that'll be our final time playing this game until the DLC comes out. But that's then. We're here now. So, load game. You might notice I've been doing my own thing a little bit. So yeah, I gotta find my original. This was probably it. Yeah, this is probably it. Alright. Ignore that I have... Ignore anything new. Ignore anything new. Just ignore anything new. Oh god, I don't even remember where oh yeah, I have infinite ammo. Hold on. Real quick. There. See? I'm not cheating. We're gonna do this legit. I have to do this legit, because I'm gonna cut all this out. Unless something funny happens. You know, I just realized something. Leon's wearing something a little different, huh? I should probably fix that. You know what, man? Screw it. What's wrong with them looking a little different? Alright. Let's see this ending. We are going to destroy Elpis.
I was wrong. And I am plagued by guilt. I'm gonna destroy Elvis. You promise.
Ah. Destroy. Oh, destruction. Okay. Here we go.
This is it.
Oh, God. I haven't seen this ending at all. I have no idea what this looks like.
What did you do?
What I had to.
Grace, get out of here!
Ooh.
Go! Right behind you!
Still got one final hit in at least.
What are you doing? Come on!
Dude, he's not making. He's already dead.
Leon!
Ah, how he's gonna parry now? Ooh. Damn. Oh, fuck. Hey, you know, even in his state like this, he tried. I'll give him that.
At least I could save you.
No!
Oh. Oh. That was just sad. Damn. Oh god. Wow. Shit, dude. Where's Victor? He like walks in right after you put that thing in, so why was he just not here this time? I already know she's gonna get her ass sniped. Oh. Never mind. I was fully expecting just she gets sniped right afterwards.
I wish I could have saved you, Leon.
Damn. Oh, and that's just it. Wow. Damn. Just pure fucking nothing. I mean, we already knew the good ending was the true ending anyway, but like, damn. This is just like... He gave it his all at the very last second, man. He was so out of it. He was so tuckered out. The virus coursing through him was killing him so easily. And he still threw in some hands. Obviously not very good hands, but he's dealing with a fake Wesker. Of course he's not gonna do that well when he's not at 100%, you know? But like, goddamn. Wow. And it just ends like that. And the helicopter came, so I mean, she's probably fine. I fully expected, honestly, one of two things to happen. Either, if you destroy Elpis, Grace has like a final boss section, basically. Which I have no idea how the hell that would even go, but like she basically has her own kind of final boss because Leon dies. Or, like, she dies too. I mean, that one was a lot better of a what if than, like, for instance, Resident Evil 7's two different endings. Because in Resident Evil 7, it was either pick your wife or pick the random girl you just met who kind of helped you, and that's it. And if you pick the random girl you just met, she still gets fucked up, and your wife dies. So it's just a what the fuck ending either way. It's like a damn, what was that choice? That was stupid. But on top of that, it also didn't. I didn't care necessarily, you know? It didn't matter if Mia dies or if Zoe dies, because you don't really care about these characters like that. With this one right here, I felt a lot more, I think, when I saw Leon give it his all and then just die, and then she gets out and she's just like, damn. Well, what now? I wish I could have saved you. Like that, damn. I think what I'm trying to say is, this one really feels like, if they said, fuck it, Leon dies in this one, that's the canonical ending, and we're going with this ending, where she makes it out, but he dies, I could, like, that'd be crazy. And like a weird, like, a crazy-ass approach to take going forward. And I don't know, I feel like I would connect to that more if that was the ending than how Sevens went, if the ending was Mia dies and you just make it out alive. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. I felt a lot more here than I did before with 7. Damn. Damn. What a start. So, now we have Grace's report and the final challenge. And the final challenge, I need those points from the final challenge to 100% the game. So that's also the reason I'm doing this. I'm going to look up online a no spoilers way of doing it. Just a walkthrough. Cause I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. No spoilers walkthrough of the final challenge Re9. I'm sorry, flushing a toilet 8 times. What the fuck are you talking about? Also known as Re9, feature a variety of challenges. This challenge only reveals itself after you've completed the game, and solving it requires finding clues hidden in plain sight across the story. Below we'll share the steps we have found towards solving this puzzle, including how to start the puzzle, where to find all the clues, and where you need to begin solving it. Spoiler warning. The following contains some story spoilers that refer to yeah. Alright. What is the final puzzle? Your only clue is simply let this with not much to go on, starting the piece together. This puzzle instead relies on finding certain anomalies and unsolved mysteries found during the course of the game as how to gather the sweet pear. This section has been solved thanks to the efforts also data mining determined hidden in-game flags that need to be in essence, the true sweet pear mentioned in the main clue refers to the two girl test subjects, Emily and Marie. However, there's no actual way to bring them together in a way that makes sense, so instead you will need to find a surrogate for one of them, a doll. Getting the doll is no easy task, as it involves a fairly complex plan that's only hinted about in a few different notes. There are 2 such dolls you can find normally in the game, one in Marie's cell in the medication room, and second in the basement cell where Emily is kept. However, neither can be permanently picked up and carried. That's true. The first big clue comes in the form of Subject 170, record found in the research lab, It mentions that a sample of blood was given to Marie collected from 115 infected. Getting the doll involves replicating this process in a very strange way. There happens to be a place where infected zombies are processed to gather their blood, the basement. In a fresh playthrough, you'll need to make your way to the basement's processing area where an endless conveyor belt drops bodies into a giant bloody vat. You then need to wait for 115 infected to be processed, which appears to take 15 minutes. Currently, there doesn't seem to be any way around this except by waiting in the room for that long before turning the valve to drain the blood. I fucking knew it. I made a joke about how, after enough bodies are dropped in there, you think the fucking thing would just be filled with more bodies than there is blood. I made a joke about that. And it's part of the it's part of the thing. Okay, well, once that is done, save your game on nearby typewriter and then enter the drain processing pool and survive the meat grinder sequence. The user who first solved this puzzle have claimed through the data mining the game will check that you do not kill any of the zombies during the sequence yourself. Simply allow them to get all chopped up. You are still allowed to kneecap and shove them in the grinder, just don't deal any finishing blows. After the grinder sequence is over, you'll eventually leave the room, going down the blood-filled vat. Once you get to the vat, find the lever nearby wall, drain the vat, and you'll get a message prompt saying how much blood was drained. If you're on the right track to getting the Marie doll, the prompt will specifically say a ton of blood flowed out. If the prompt says a lot of blood flowed out, that means you're not going to get the Marie doll and need to reload your save and restart the grinder sequence. However, this process of the 115 is apparently not enough. You'll also need to trigger an act which moves this blood over to the research lab under the courtyard in an even stranger sequence, flushing the toilet. The one main clue that reveals this is the very first file you are given in the game. When you're consulting case page 4 of 8, you'll be shown a file about other instances of mysterious deaths, which include a dead body found in the toilet. Just above the body, the faint shape of an 8 has been smeared onto the wall. This means that once you escape the care center basement and done the aforementioned processing the bodies, you'll need to go to the care center's bathroom in the west wing and flush the toilet 8 times. If these conditions are all met, you are free to leave the care center. Note that you do not need to start on the second half of the puzzle concerning the voice, nor do you need to pick up the severed hand after escaping. Why? Head through the secret research facility. What the fuck is this? What are we doing, Capcom? Okay, I figured I would have to basically go through the entire game again, but I wasn't expecting it to be annoying. I'm gonna say annoying. What the fuck? Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but, oh wait, actually, hold on. Because I am on, there you go. Alrighty, gamers. Get ready for... Oh, God. So I need to kneecap them so they all go through. But I need to not kill them, and it needs to say a ton of blood, not a lot of blood. What the fuck, Capcom? I hope you're ready for the next... You know what, this one's gonna be a fun one to edit too, because I'm just gonna cut everything out. And we're just gonna get to the good parts that we need to do. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring the sweet pair together. And by together, I mean I'm gonna break your fucking face. It is a care center, so I guess it is kind of residential. In that sense. I'm sorry, how did you pick it up right after? This is really what RPGs look like now? I think I prefer the, wooden look. I'm gonna look through again real quick. What the fuck else do I need to do? Is in the second room, after the tank. Now find Marie's doll if all the previous conditions are met. While it's true that at this point in the game you cannot return to the care center to solve the other half of the puzzle. Description of Marie's doll reads, "We'll be together forever and ever." It's actually relevant. If you continue this playthrough and beat the game with Marie's doll in your item box, it will sit there. Oh! When starting a second playthrough. How to hear the sweet voice. Second half of this puzzle takes place back at the care center. However, because the complete puzzle can only be solved during a subsequent playthrough, you'll need to have completed the first section before doing this part. The clues that point to the voice are a little more straightforward, though. Some clues can be found later in the game. How to use the severed hand. You have to... What? Graceful, narrowly avoid the clutches of a certain enemy who will leave behind a severed hand. Next to the elevator, now you get the other severed hand. Grace can then pick up this item, which appears to have no use as it offers no beneficial thing. I did see someone analyze it. Yeah. You can analyze it. However, when you solve it, you get that. The sequence shown appears to mimic an RNA sequence, but within it lies a code to be solved. We know this because of one major change that happens only after you scan the severed hand. In the lead researcher's office on the second floor, you can find a safe, and find that you can still input a code by tapping on the sun, moon, symbol. It stands to reason that each of the symbols may refer to one of the... You can still put a code in? Oh, shit. In the RNA sequence, but finding out what each represents is another puzzle. And that's how you use the hourglass. The hourglass is the thing. If you inspect the hourglass, even though it is attached to its base, you'll find that it's manipulating it 3D actually causes the sand to fall. Stands for U equals 38, thus moon. G and C, find other letters. You need to know where to look to find them further into the research facility. Since we already know the first clue was the distance to the moon, we can now look at the other scientific or celestial bodies. 4.2 light years away. For the third, it's actually been hiding in front of you since the start of the puzzle. Blah, blah, blah. The sun. We now know the three codes and how they relate to the puzzle, but we're still missing one letter, and that one is most confusing of all. Toy Uncle Bobblehead Puzzle. Much later in the story, Leon will make his way through the RPD and in the ruins of the Kendo's gun shop. After entering the back room, you'll be able to make your way to the orphanage but you may notice the torso of the Uncle Bobblehead. Yeah, once you defeat the boss guarding the orphanage, where you'll notice the head of the toy sitting in the center. He just kind of does stuff. Leon can pick it up. Can't pick it up, but you can kick it around. And one of the court's basketball hoops has fallen down sideways. Keep kicking it over the hoop and through it, and you'll hear a sound like a metal door unlocking. You can also interact with the hoop to get the message. There's no time for playing around. Didn't another message ask us to play? Oh. If you return back to the rest of the bobblehead and can you can now interact with the torso, which gives the simple cryptic message. Just ignore it. Just ignore A. On its own, this makes no sense and almost seems like placeholder text. However, within the context of the we can ignore all instances of the latter. A from the RNA sequence, creating an entirely new one. Blah, blah, blah. Why the fuck did Capcom do that? When this sequence is entered at specific safe that held one of the celestial quartz, where you can enter the code that references sun, moon, and star, you will be able to hear the voice mentioned in the final puzzle. It's finally time to put both. Wait, what? Safe that held one of the celestial quartz, where you can enter the moon. You will be able to hear the voice mentioned in the final puzzle. It's finally time to solve the puzzle. Solving the final puzzle. We now have all the answers we need to solve this particular problem, but it's only by combining the first part of the puzzle with the severed hands puzzle that you can officially solve the final puzzle. Do this, unite the pair by acquiring Marie's doll in the research lab. Complete the game and start a new file so that the new doll appears in your item box. Once you have used the severed hand at the blood analysis machine after escaping the basement, pick up Emily so that Grace is holding her, and then retrieve Marie's doll from your item box. You are now officially have the sweet pair that the final puzzle's main clue is referring to. Emily and Marie, one of them in doll form. Return to the lead researcher's office on the second floor of the care center's east wing and interact with the safe that held the sun quartz. You'll need to enter this code above, converting it to celestial symbols: sun, sun, star, sun, moon, star, sun, moon, sun, moon, star, moon. If done correctly, you will hear the loud sound of a child's laughter. As long as you are holding Emily and carrying Marie's doll in your inventory, this is the final sequence that needs to be completed and will solve the challenge. What the fuck? Okay, so I have to do 2 different fucking playthroughs. Fuck. Making me do this stupid long-ass challenge. I didn't expect it to be this long. I figured, okay, well, if you basically know all the steps and you know all the things, you just kind of finish the game and that's it. You just do it. No, I have to do... I have to wait 15 minutes at a spot. Like, what? Don't care. Alright. I'm gonna start a counter. I'm starting the time. Clock. Timer. 15 minutes. And by 15, I'm gonna do 18, and I'll be real with you. I'm gonna just, like, I'm gonna go. I think, actually, I'm gonna go and, like, can I make food in enough time? Probably not. I'm gonna do anything else, though. I'm gonna lay down. Ooh, that's comfy after sitting up like that. Oh, that's nice. That's much better. Okay. How much blood do you think we're at? You think we're at enough yet? Oh. I mean, dude, it's already a pool of blood. And again, it's like the grinder's not going right now. It's just a stagnant pool of blood that things are falling down into. they're not being processed. They're not like grab the controller from far away. It's not like the grinder is going at the moment, picking them up, moving them along, and grinding them. There's no reason that, again, if we have to wait 15 minutes, how many bodies are just piled up? Where do they get all these bodies from? If you have to wait 15 minutes for this Easter egg, or not even Easter egg, for this specific challenge to be completed. What the fuck were they smoking, bro? They got off the hard drugs from like the 80s and 90s, and they got on some fucking subtler BS. I have 3 minutes left. I did set it to like 18 minutes, so technically it should be done, but, you know, gotta be extra precautious, because I don't want bullshit. Don't bullshit me. Four, 3, 2, 1. Alright, it has been 18 minutes. If this is not correct, I will beat someone with a hammer. It said I can kneecap them, and it said I can kick them. And I did. So I should have it. A ton of blood flowed out. It better fucking say that, or I will blow someone up. A ton of blood flowed out. A ton! Specifically a ton. Okay. I'm gonna double check. Yes. 100%. It had to say a ton of blood flowed out. If the prompt says a lot of blood flowed out, it means you're not going to get it. Fuck you. I got it. Okay. What else did I need to do? I don't remember. Go to the care center's bathroom in the West Wing. 8 times. Why 8? Bathroom, West Wing. This is West Wing, right? Remind me? This is West Wing. West Wing bathroom. I'm gonna do 8 times with each bathroom. I'm gonna do 1 extra 9th just to be 100% sure. I wish like a ding sound effect would like pop up or something, because that would be a little helpful to 100% know I'm doing things correctly. What if they did the DLC route that they did with 7, where they just had like 10 different fucking DLCs for this one game? I think that'd be really cool, actually. There you are! Marie's doll will be together forever and ever. Why can I pick... Why is it here? You gotta also keep in mind how just, like, ridiculous that is. Why is that here? Of, like, all places, why would that be here? Oh, damn. I have not seen that one. How the hell do you get back to normal? 1 second. I am going to plug this into here so that I can keep going, because this is going to be a long-ass recording. All that matters 100% is I got Marie's doll. That was the big thing. That was the big thing. So I need to now beat the game so I have it on the next playthrough. And then you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit about none of this fucking whack-ass stuff. I am going to just do what I need to do. And that's put in the code. While I'm holding the doll. And while Emily's there. I hope we get an explanation in the DLC of what the hell's going on with this. Cause like, there's a lot that's shown off in this game that doesn't necessarily get explained well. Like Elpis gets explained, that's something new, that's good and all that. The reason why the zombies can speak is because it's a new strand that kind of keeps the mind going a little bit, and obviously they are under the assumption that Elpis is like the perfected mind control, basically. So it's something similar to that. Then you have like mutated T-virus, but mutated T-virus is also something that just kind of kicks in after a while, and that's why the blister heads show up in the now time and the old time. I don't know. And then there's these girls, and obviously like Emily turns into like a variant of one of them. Like Marie turns into the girl who looks very different and is like sunshine kills her. All these other girls don't necessarily turn into anything special. They just turn into.
It's just be a bad
They
dream.
just have red eyes and their heads are cut open and they're like impervious to all damage. Like why were they? Because I'm assuming Zeno is showing Grace what happens to Chloe here. To show, like, oh, all these girls, all these little girls all had something happen to them. They've all had a terrible fate. What about the other fucking girls that were here that are all, like, red-eyed demons and shit? Like, what? Are they still here? Are they still alive? Are they real?
I don't have time to deal with this.
Restaurant! Gunshow Kido! There's no time for playing around, that's what you think. I do fucks with it. I do think like the ultimate challenge thing, I think this is fun. I do think it's cool. But it's also like, god damn, guys. Just ignore A. Right out on your way, agent. Yeah, no, check this shit out.
Such a big fan.
Okay.
I heard you were a smartass.
Damn. Dead, aren't we? Zeno! Let's see you dodge this fucking rocket blast. I dare you to catch it. I'm gonna fucking shoot it, and then I'm gonna inject you with stupid sauce. Fucking bitch. Strange, I feel like I was just here. Like 2 hours ago. See, it'd be cool if, like, for the final challenge puzzle or whatever, it had to do something with this room, because that would have just been cool, right?
Spencer's vision lives through me.
Sorry, did you say something? I didn't hear you. Sweet. 2 hours and 55 minutes. That's a record for me, at least. Now, finally, for the final part, new game, casual. Let's do this part real quick. Again, I'm assuming so long as you know the code, you don't actually have to do all the extra bullshit of finding it really necessarily, because that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh. Oh, she tried it, because I was close enough. I'll give you that. That was actually kind of cool. There's so many animations and little things in this game. It's so cool. This game's so cool. Ah. See, now it does let me interact. It wouldn't let me interact with that before. It's literally now because I guess because I've unlocked the doll, I can interact with it now. Because that shit was just not doable before. Which again, I like getting them together, the doll and Emily, like that should have been it. The fact that there's a puzzle box thing that's like this that you have to do is just silly. Why the fuck are you still up? You know what's so funny? This is gonna be like an 1.5 hour long video, maybe even 2, if it's really needed that much. But God, we're on hour 4 already. This has been a very, very long playthrough, because this was supposed to be done already. And it just hasn't been able to be yet. Okay. We have Marie. We have Marie's doll. We'll be together forever and ever. We have Marie. I'm going to grab Emily. We are going to go up to the puzzle box, and I'm going to plug in the puzzle box solution. Which I can now do because it will allow me. This is the same fucking doll, by the way. This is actually just the same fucking doll. I couldn't have picked that up from the beginning. This game sucks. As long as I have Marie's doll, I'm holding Emily, and I put it in, and I hear the laughter. So, let's hear that loud-ass laughter, guys. We have Sun, Sun, Star, Sun, Moon, Star, Sun, Moon, Sun, Moon, Star, Moon. Congratulations, you let the sweet pair hear the voice. Please check challenges. Fuck yes. Good fucking golly. You let the sweet pair hear the voice. So, what the fuck does this actually even mean? Obviously, lore-wise, this doesn't exist, because you have multiple playthroughs you have to go through. So unless we have time anomaly shit, this doesn't even make sense to even do. You let the sweet pair hear the voice. Sweet pair obviously being Marie and Emily. Hear the voice. The fucking giggle, laughter, ha ha ha. The final puzzle. Ooh, look at that little trophy on the right. Ooh. Ooh. Fuck yes. The final puzzle. 110% complete. And now every single challenge is complete. Every single one, including the final puzzle of let the sweet pair hear the voice. Now we have one more thing left to do, and that is to read Grace's report. Grace's report: The truth behind Raccoon City. Introduction. In 1998, Raccoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected, and erected a blockade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the events was never released. However, in October 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. This report reveals that the established narrative of the Raccoon City incident was falsified, and indicates newly discovered truths surrounding the incident. 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. In 1968, Oswald E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of despair at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring about a change to humanity. As stated in court records following the Raccoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhuman means. This fact remains unchanged. 1970s. From the very beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid change and intense internal strife. Most notably, the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to court records, this conflict was cited as the primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 1978, James Marcus developed the T virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. 1980s. This is a crucial period for understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Spencer's influence and ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. The underground facility known as ARC, which was discovered during recent events, originally served as the administrative center of Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan for ARC have also been discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Long-Term Strategic Review 1980-0422. ARC-centric Integrated Research Roadmap. Step 1. Concentrated investments into the Wesker Project and the T-virus. Step 2. Establishment of ARC as a central command center. Step 3. Development of ELPIS. Step 4. Memory transfer and forced evolution. This is the first recorded instance of a significant keyword, ELPIS, the connection's involvement. The following documents regarding Marcus's involvement were also discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Receipt of Donation 1986-0138. Receipt, James Marcus, Sender, F Foundation. Amount, $30 million. This document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations reveal that the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organizations of the Connections. The F Foundation no longer exists. The Connections is a criminal organization that various government agencies have been sounding the alarm against for years. This illicit group is at the heart of it all. Evidence suggests that the Connections sought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belonging to the protege of Marcus, Brandon Bailey, have been uncovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Telegraph Log 1988, 0996. Sender, Brandon Bailey. Recipient, F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time. They made contact with me directly, don't you? I await a response. This indicates that Bailey took over correspondence with the Connections, succeeding Marcus. Bailey was rumored to be the founder of the Connections, but he may have only been a small cog in a larger machine. We now believe the Connections has had deep roots in criminal underworld since before the 1980s. Much about the Connections remains unknown. Spencer's Purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control over Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, seemingly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Excerpt from confiscated records re-evaluation list. Following the CEO's re-evaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals. Cheryl Moore, Michael Kramer, James Marcus. ... Omitted. The 1990s. During this period, Umbrella continued to grow and expand through ties with the government. The organization became so large that Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, information was being leaked to rival organizations and the connections due to moles who had infiltrated the company. Yet despite the circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC, the research Elpis. While most records regarding Elpis were lost with the destruction of ARC, a precious few remain. Excerpt from confiscated records, Spencer message 199 data missing. Tricell, HCF, the family, and Umbrella. Elpis shall bring it all to an end. Data corrupted. The only information leaked about Elpis was that it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. What is Elpis? Elpis is a powerful antiviral drug. However, this was unknown to those who sought it. The Connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it would be a powerful bioweapon, with the potential to control human minds. This confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding bioweapon development. It was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Elpis, aimed for the evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. Completion of Elpis. Based on data taken from the confiscated records and changes in Spencer's behavior, we believe Elpis was completed around the mid-1990s. After this period, the record shows a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. A similar decrease in activity was also observed at the Raccoon City orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that children at the orphanage had long been used for the Umbrella experimentation. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, records indicate he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leading to the leak of the T virus. 1998, the Raccoon City incident. The T virus leaked from the Umbrella Research Facility in Raccoon City, causing an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city, under the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we have been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of the infection. A plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella, and shift the blame for all illegal activities onto Spencer. Found records indicate that the Connections lobbied for the missile strike. Excerpts from confiscated records, access log, first assembly minutes. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and will seize their assets. Their goal was the acquisition of Umbrella assets, particularly the thing they believed would disrupt the world's military balance, Elpis. Due to Bailey's involvement, the Connections were aware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the Raccoon City incident. This set them up to swiftly secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the Raccoon City incident, the Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events of the Raccoon City incident. Testimony from Raccoon City survivors, along with evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities. Evidence against Spencer was presented at the trials by his subordinate, Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the Connections. Therefore, it is highly likely there was pressure from the government and the Connections during the trials. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced into bankruptcy. Just as the Connections and the government intended, Oswald E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO and he disappeared from the public eye. Acquisition of ARC. The Connections and the government seized ARC during the Raccoon City incident. Thereafter, ARC served as a base for the research, development, and distribution of bioweapons. Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These list Umbrella's competitors along with organizations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Unfortunately, most evidence was lost with the collapse of ARC. Recovery efforts continue, but success is very unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Raccoon City incident, weaponized virus development by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, instances of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread around the globe. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated in a bioterrorist attack. Intelligence agency report that the president wished to reveal the full truth of the Raccoon City incident. It is possible that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light. An interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in his interview. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Elpis is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has the potential as a panacea to be used for good. It's possible that Spencer's true motivations behind Elpis were peace and redemption. While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him as nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2007 at his secluded estate. His true intentions behind developing Elpis will forever remain unknown. Conclusion. As we see from the records, the Umbrella Corporation's liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the connections in the US government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Raccoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved requires further investigation. Much about the connections remains shrouded in mystery, and most records of their involvement were destroyed alongside ARC. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have a duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will finally offer some closure to everyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI intelligence analyst Grace Ashcroft. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Resident Evil Requiem. Until the DLC comes out. Which, I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know what it's going to be about. Apparently we're going to find out Leon's wife, which I'm going to throw my hat out and honestly just say, everyone is claiming, oh, it's going to be, it's Claire or it's Ada, and it's Claire because it would make sense they were there together and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the Ada people where it's like, oh, well, she was there and they always kind of had that little tension there, but oh, right? And some even going out and saying Ashley, and I don't even, that doesn't work. But there's one person that everyone has neglected to mention. One person that wasn't anywhere in this game. And if they were, it would have probably revealed who's with Leon. I think that Leon's wife is Hunnigan. They've had their own little flirty moments throughout the years. They've seemed to really care about each other, be close. Obviously, a lot of trust has to be put in one another because, you know, the shit they're dealing with. So, I feel, if anything, if it's not Claire, if it's not Ada, if it's not, I guess, Ashley as well, and it's not some random person that he just met, I think it would make sense to be Hunnigan. Again, there's a lot of things for Claire and for Ada. I think it's Hunnigan, because that would make sense. I think that would make a lot of sense, and nobody has talked about it. So if I'm right, I'm gonna make a short of this probably. Honestly, if I'm right, I'm gonna make a second short of this. I'm gonna bring up the date in the middle of it, and I'm gonna be like, I've made this on this day. I was right. Give me $5. I'll take $5. I don't need all that. I don't need really anything else. I'll take $5. And a subscription. Give me a subscription. Subscribe. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Again, the DLC is not coming out for whatever time, so I think I'm going to work on some of the other things I needed to work on. I have an Amori episode I need to finish editing, which I have not started editing, but I had made. It's going to be a little ass because this was before I figured out how to fix the noise issue I have. And one episode of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds of the challenge I thought of doing. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it, but at the very least you'll have an episode out of me playing the game more, so it'll exist at least. And then besides that, that's truthfully really about it. There's really nothing Sonic related coming out. I have those things I have to finish that I brought up just now, and yeah, that's really about it. Once again, I say thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you around. Bye-bye.